Hello friends, welcome back to the course on AMVI mains examination. We are discussing module number 3, that is theory of machines. This is lecture number 8. So in previous lecture we have discussed acceleration analysis and cleans construction. So now in today's lecture we are going to discuss one of the important topic, that is friction. So let us start. And one of the important point is, based on this topic there may be minimum 2 questions in your examination. Keep in mind, in section A वहां पे आपको minimum 2 questions मिलेंगे based on friction. So whenever we heard this word friction, we imagine one block which is sliding on a fixed surface and we apply some force on that block. So let us consider this case. So we are applying force P on this block, मतलब P फोर्स से हम उसको स्लाइड कर रहे हैं, but some force is there which is opposing the motion of this slider. That force is nothing but force of friction. So here we can say that the interlocking property of the projecting particles of two blocks placed on each other and have relative motion between them opposes the motion. This opposing force which acts in the direction of the movement of the upper block is called as force of friction or simply a friction. So the force which is opposing motion of this slider is nothing but force of friction. It is in opposite direction to that of force applied. So P force is applied in this direction. The force of friction is acting in opposite direction. यहाँ पे W weight of the block which is acting downside. Rn is the normal reaction which is opposite to the weight. So why this friction is happening? See, because no surface is exactly flat. There may be some projecting particles present. If you observe with microscope, you can check that. So while in motion, that projecting particles interlocks with projecting particles of another surface, जिसके साथ उसका relative motion है, that opposes the motion. Okay. So this friction is present everywhere. So we can say that friction is undesirable because it is opposing our motion. But some of the cases are there where friction is necessary or plays an important role. Like when we walk on the road, so there is a friction which is necessary. Again, when car is running on the road, so friction between wheels and road, that is important part and which is required. Again, railway which is running on the rails, the friction is important or necessary. Then power transmission devices like belts, gears, they are based on the principle of friction only. So in that case, friction is necessary. Also, you can consider any machine. Wherever there is a relative motion between two parts, there is a friction. Means some of the energy is wasted to overcome that friction. That is the important aspect. So types of friction. So कौन से type के friction है? Like static friction, and second is a dynamic friction. So when bodies are at rest, whatever the friction they experience, it is nothing but static friction. And when bodies are in motion, whatever the friction they experience, that is nothing but dynamic friction. Again, in dynamic, sliding friction, when two bodies are having sliding motion. Rolling friction, when they are rolling with each other. Pivot friction, when they are turning, like shaft is turning, so that is pivot friction. So likewise different classes are there. Now basic formula based on this friction is coefficient of friction, that is mu. So mu is given as F upon Rn, where F is a frictional force and Rn is a normal reaction acting on that surface. So we generally say that F is equal to mu Rn. Mu is nothing but F upon Rn. And here you can observe phi, angle phi, which is known as limiting angle of friction. So to find that angle, again one formula is given, mu is equal to tan phi. Okay. So यहाँ पे MCQs रहेंगे either types of friction or simply these formulas. Okay. Hope it is clear. Now next is friction in pivot and collar bearings. So basically हमें दो points cover करने हैं. First is friction in pivot and collar bearing and second is a screw jack. So we have seen many examples of bearings where it is used to reduce the friction and to have a smooth rotation of the shafts. Okay, so there are two types like pivot bearing and collar bearing. So these are the bearings used at end of shaft. So यहाँ पे output क्या रहेगा? Frictional torque. हमें frictional torque निकालना है. So basically there are two theories based on this frictional torque is calculated. First is considering uniform pressure theory and second is uniform wear theory. So why these two theories are formed? Because जब bearing नया होता है, in that case, so we can say that there is a uniform pressure acting on all the surface, or distribution of pressure is uniform. So in that case, we can use uniform pressure theory. And whenever bearing is old, so there is no uniform distribution of pressure. So in that case, it is considered that wear is uniform. In that case, uniform wear theory is used. So these are two aspects based on which calculations are done. Okay. So in pivot bearing, there are three cases based on shape of the shaft at the end. So first is flat bearing, where shaft is having flat surface at the end. Second is conical. You can observe here, conical. Third is truncated bearing or trapezoidal bearing. And in collar bearings, single collar and multiple collar bearings. These five cases we are going to discuss. So let us see first flat pivot bearing, which is also known as footstep bearing. You can observe here in this figure, flat pivot bearing where shaft is rotating inside that. The surface is flat, R is the radius of shaft or bearing surface, and W is the load transmitted over the bearing surface. Okay, so in this case, the formula for frictional torque is T is equal to 2 by 3 mu WR, which is based on uniform pressure theory, and T is equal to 1 by 2 mu WR, which is based on uniform wear theory. So formulas are different based on two theories. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं 2 by 3 factor is more as compared to 1 by 2 factor. So frictional torque in case of uniform pressure theory is more as compared to that of uniform wear theory. यहाँ पे MCQs कैसे रहेगा? What is the ratio of frictional torques calculated based on uniform pressure theory and uniform wear theory? So इन दोनों का रेशियो लेंगे आप, तो that will be 2 by 3 divided by 1 by 2. It means it will be 4 by 3. So in this formula, mu coefficient of friction, W is load transmitted over bearing surface and R is radius of bearing surface. So यहाँ पे either formulas पे MCQs रहेंगे और a simple calculation will be there. Okay. So next conical pivot bearing. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं the shape of shaft at the end is conical. So in this case, there will be a angle involved, and that angle is nothing but alpha, which is semi-cone angle. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं. So 2 alpha is a cone angle. So in calculation we need alpha, half of that semi-cone angle. So in this case, frictional torque is given as T is equal to 2 by 3 mu WR into cosec alpha, considering uniform pressure theory, and T is equal to 1 by 2 mu WR cosec alpha, considering uniform wear theory, where mu is coefficient of friction, W is the load acting on bearing, R is radius of shaft, and alpha is a semi-cone angle. So MCQs कैसे होगा? A frictional torque in a conical pivot bearing based on uniform pressure theory will be, आपको formulas दिए जाएंगे in option, so you have to choose correct option. That will be the possible MCQ on this. So next is trapezoidal pivot bearing or truncated pivot bearing based on the shape of the shaft at the end. So here frictional torque is given as T is equal to 2 by 3 mu W cosec alpha into bracket R1 cube minus R2 cube divided by R1 square minus R2 square. So in previous bearings वहाँ पे कैपिटल R टर्म था, यहाँ पे this bigger term is there instead of capital R. इसे हम कैपिटल R भी बोल सकते हैं. Then that capital R will be mean radius and its formula will be R1 cube minus R2 cube divided by R1 square minus R2 square considering uniform pressure theory. And by considering uniform wear theory, it will be 1 by 2 mu W R1 plus R2 into cosec alpha, where R1 is external radius, R2 is internal radius of the surface. Mu is coefficient of friction, W is the load acting on bearing, alpha is semicone angle. Okay. Now next is collar bearing और फ्लैट कॉलर बियरिंग which is also known as thrust bearing. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं in the first diagram only one collar is used, in the second diagram multiple collars are used. So in this case formula for frictional torque is given as T is equal to 2 by 3 mu W R1 cube minus R2 cube divided by R1 square minus R2 square based on uniform pressure theory. T is equal to 1 by 2 mu W R1 plus R2 considering uniform wear theory. So this formula is almost same as that of truncated bearing, just cosec alpha term is not there. Okay, and all the bearings. So in uniform pressure theory formulas 2 by 3 mu W term is common, and in considering uniform wear theory 1 by 2 mu W term is common, and rest of the things are changing, like R is changing and alpha is included. That is the only change. So here one of the important point as far as collar bearing is considered, that in order to increase amount of rubbing surfaces so as to reduce intensity of pressure, it is better to use 2 or more collars. So intensity of pressure distribute करने के लिए it is better to use more than 2 collars. So in this formula mu is coefficient of friction, W is the load transmitted over bearing surface, R1 is external radius of collar and R2 is internal radius of collar. So यहाँ पे MCQs either formula पे रहेगा or this condition means why number of collars are increased to reduce intensity of pressure. Now next is the screw jack. So day to day life we are using this device. So this is the lever and this P1 the force which apply to rotate, and W is nothing but the load which we are going to lift. So आपके कार का टायर जब पंक्चर होता है, then in that case we use the screw jack to raise the car. कार को रेज करके हम वो टायर निकालते हैं, दूसरा टायर फिक्स करके फिर उसको लोअर करते हैं. So one good thing about screw jack is that with help of very less force we are lifting or lowering the given object. So based on this screw jack different formulas, like first case where when we want to lift the load by screw jack, so in that case, so we know that screw friction is given by formula tan alpha is equal to small p upon pi d, where p is pitch of the screw. Again torque required to overcome the friction, so it is P1 force into perpendicular distance, that is L length of lever, then capital P effort applied at the circumference of the screw to lift the load, it is W tan alpha plus phi, where W is load to be lifted, then alpha is the helix angle and phi it is the friction angle. Again there is one more formula, mechanical advantage. So it is ratio of load lifted, that is W, and effort applied at the end of the lever, that is P1. So it is the mechanical advantage. So in this case there will be questions or MCQs based on these formulas only. So these are important. Now to lower the load by screw jack, efforts applied formula becomes P is equal to W tan phi minus alpha. So this formula is changed. So in case of to raise the load, it was W tan phi plus alpha. Now in this case it is W tan phi minus alpha. Rest of the things are same, just this formula is changed. Okay. Now important formulas like efficiency of screw jack. So it is the ratio of ideal effort divided by actual effort. So ideal effort means effort required to move the load neglecting friction, and actual effort means effort required to move the load taking friction into account. So it is ratio P naught upon P. P naught is nothing but W tan alpha. As friction is neglected, phi will not be there in the formula, and P is nothing but W tan alpha plus phi. So the formula will be tan alpha upon tan alpha plus phi. Most of the times in the MCQs it is asked efficiency of screw jack is given by formula. So what is value of maximum efficiency? If you find the maximum efficiency, it will be 1 minus sin phi divided by 1 plus sin phi, which is at condition alpha is equal to 45 degree minus phi by 2. Here phi is friction angle. These conditions may be asked in MCQ. What is maximum efficiency of jack, or the condition for maximum efficiency of jack, that is alpha is equal to 45 minus phi by 2. Okay. And one important note is efficiency of screw jack is independent of load raised. So all this is about friction topic. So some of the MCQs based on today's topic. So first is a body of weight 1000 Newton is moved on a horizontal plane having coefficient of friction √3. The minimum force applied parallel to the horizontal plane to move the body is. So यहाँ पे आपको P force, in very first slide we have seen that diagram of slider. P force find करना है, which is opposite to frictional force, and frictional force F is nothing but mu into Rn. So in this case we have given W weight of the body, that is 1000 Newton, and coefficient of friction, that is mu is given. We know that weight is opposite to the normal reaction Rn. So we can consider Rn as 1000 Newton and mu as √3. F is equal to mu into Rn, that is √3 into 1000. So that is the frictional force, and which is equal in magnitude with applied force P. So applied force P will be 1000 into √3. So answer will be A, 1000 into √3. So MCQ is based on basic formula of friction, that is F is equal to mu Rn. Now second, the number of collars are provided to any of fixed axial load in a flat collar bearing, and options है to reduce frictional torque, to increase frictional torque, to increase intensity of pressure, and to decrease intensity of pressure. So at the time of collar bearing we have discussed that number of collars are added to decrease intensity of pressure. Okay, so answer will be D, to decrease intensity of pressure. Torque value will be same. आप अगर एक कॉलर यूज कर रहे हैं और नंबर ऑफ कॉलर्स यूज कर रहे हैं, इन दैट केस फ्रिक्शनल टॉर्क विल बी सेम, बट व्हाट विल बी डिफरेंट विल बी द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ प्रेशर. अगर आप नंबर ऑफ कॉलर्स यूज कर रहे हैं तो इन दैट केस इंटेंसिटी ऑफ प्रेशर विल बी डिक्रीज्ड. ओके. नाउ थर्ड, no force is required for downward motion of the load on a screw jack if where alpha is pitch angle and phi is the frictional angle. So downward motion matlab load is lowering down, so no force is required. At what condition no force is required? Matlab without force load is to be lowered down. So what is that condition? So हमें P का formula पता है, efforts required to lower down the weight is P is equal to W tan phi minus alpha. In this case, if phi is less than alpha, then the answer of P will be efforts will be negative. It means that load will start moving downward without application of any torque. and that condition is known as overhauling of the screw. And there is another condition: if phi is greater than alpha, then answer of that efforts will be positive. So in this case effort is required to lower the load. So इस केस को हम बोलेंगे self locking screw. So there are two different cases you can keep in mind. So यहाँ पे first case, that is overhauling of the screw, phi is less than alpha or alpha is greater than phi. So answer is B, alpha greater than phi. Okay. And last is efficiency of screw jack is maximum when that condition is asked. So we know that condition in previous slide we have seen it. Alpha is equal to 45 degree minus 5 by 2. That is the condition for maximum efficiency of screw jack. So answer is B. So such a MCQs will be there based on this friction topic. Hope it is clear. So if you like this video, you can share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.